Hello and welcome guys to the statistic tutorial. Here we will be learning about statistics from very basics to expert level. So starting from we will be covering some theory, and then at last we will be doing all the concept that we have learned in practicals. We will see all of them. Now in this statistic, what I will be covering is first of all I will be covering crispdm framework, and then statistics, a different type of version, and then some basics of probability, and then also uh, Poisson's distribution, central limit theorem, hypothesis testing, A/B testing, and univariate multivariate analysis. All of these concepts I'll be covering in this tutorial. So I hope you guys have already started learning Python. So those concepts will be used here. Also, if you haven't went through my Python tutorial, so uh, I mean it is highly recommended. So if you went through it, so it will be good enough. So okay, so let's move to statistics. So basically we have so far grasped the use of data analysis and some of the machine learning tool. You will be learning data analysis and address business challenges after learning all these statistics. So basically data preparation, cleaning, modeling, then evaluation, then other procedures. So all are the part of solving analytical problem. So a typical analytical problem uh, or project, you can say, could be taking more than many months to complete. So having a structure in place is crucial, and the CRISP-DM framework, or you can say cross industry standard process for data mining, is the name of that particular framework used to structure analytical problem resolution. Okay, so you will have variety of hurdles to overcome as a data analyst, from comprehending different company problem to selecting the most effective solution. To avoid getting lost, data scientists have prepared, or you can say created, a method that is called cross business standard process for data mining, that is also called CRISP-DM framework, which can be used to handle nearly every analytical problem having in the industry. So first of all, these are the 6 steps in this CRISP-DM framework. Okay, so first of all is business understanding. Okay, so what we do in business understanding? So business understanding phase is a phase which focuses on understanding the objective and requirement of the project. Aside from the third task, the three other tasks in the place are foundational project management activity that are universal to most projects. So suppose let's take an example of IPL. The company goal must be identified no matter what. The data cannot be gathered or processed unless the business objective are set. Following that, you must decide what's the objective of data analysis, and the what should be operating inside the CRISP-DM framework to achieve them. Think of IPL as a company. Here the company goal is to win or increase the revenue. So before starting the analysis, it is crucial to have well stated business aim. Then you can review the session using CRISP-DM framework, and the objective of the data analysis issues are identified. Finding the player who who can score the most point, or the bowler who will take the most of the wickets, could be the purpose of data analysis if the company objective is to win. Okay, so if the in the other hand, let's say the company objective is to maximize the profit, then the goal of the data analysis could be identify the popular player that attract funding, or you can say by selling ad, I will I mean generate more revenue for that company, like that. Okay, and then comes the second stage, that is data understanding. So let's go there. So inside typically data understanding is just explanatory, self-explanatory. So basically what we do here, we collect initial data, acquire some data that is obviously necessary, and we load it to our analysis tool, or you can say we import in a Python Jupyter notebook to use it for analysis. Second, what we do is we describe the data. you know Describing means examine the data and document its surface properties like data format, number of records, what all feature we have, or you can say field that you have identified for the purpose of use. Then next is, after describing it, what you will do, you will dig deeper, so you will explore the data. So in exploring the data, what you do is dig deeper into data and then query it, visualize it in a manner so that people can understand, any people can understand, irrespective of it, whether it is uh, from technical or whatever background, it can be understandable. Now after that, you will be looking for relationship between all the features that you have. So these type of thing you will be exploring. And then lastly, what you will do, you will verify the data quality. So how clean or dirty the data is. Obviously the data you will receive, obviously it will be um, not structured, uh, so many invalid data. So you have to clean all those things, and then you have to document any quality issues. Then is the data correct, or does it contain errors, and then if there is error, how common they are. Then you will be looking, are there any missing values in the data? If so, how are they represented? So where the missing value occurring, and then how common they are. So these are the common thing that you will be looking in the data understanding part, and then documenting it for the next step. Next is data preparation. Uh, so it is well said, like data analyst has always emphasized that how much time and you know uh, work goes into gathering data. So some estimates states that just getting the data ready for analysis take up to 70% of um, total project time. So that is why the preparation of data is so crucial, because 70% of time is not a uh, a small benchmark, it's a very big benchmark. So suppose your project is of 3 month, and two and almost 1.5 month will go into data preparation, and that much of time is obviously so much important for us. So what we do here, we choose data. So yeah, select basically inside the choosing data, what we do is selecting the data set that will be used, and then note the justification for the inclusion or exclusion that you have done. Then we do cleaning data. So frequently this takes the longest, the cleaning part. If you don't have it, you will probably experience garbage in, garbage out. um, then error value are frequently removed, or corrected, or you can say imputed during the task. Then you assemble data. So in assemble, what you do is obtain new whatever the feature we have initially, you will be creating new feature with all of them. And then calculate some, like for example, calculate someone body mass index, for instance, using their height and weight. Then you combine data by combining the data from various source, uh, because you will be not receiving one data set only, because different information stored in different tables. So for that reason, you will be receiving a data in multiple sets, and then you have to identify them, like what all feature you will be using it for data analysis, and then and then finalizing which all you want to use. And then what you do is format the data, like the way it was it is required. So to perform mathematical operation, for instance, you might convert a string value that store numbers into numerical value. Those are all the things. So you have to be I mean more uh, you know understandable around what is a data type which is required here. So a date should be in a date format only, name should be in string format, like that only. Okay, so it is important to remember that any minute mistake in any of the following step could lead to waste of so much effort, and it would amount to the classic problem of garbage in, garbage out. Next one is modeling part. Okay, so modeling is like a heart of data analytics. Now one can think of model as a black box which take relevant data as a input and then give it as output you are interested in. So basically the crispdm modeling activity consists of two main tasks. Understanding the problem domain is the first step, and choosing the right family of model to address the issue in the second hand. So the second task is like choosing appropriate modeling algorithm from the family of model that we have, and uh, you need to be concrete about whatever model you are choosing. So how can first of question will come is, how can you program a computer to pick the IPL team that will increase your chance of winning, right? So the algorithm find patterns in the data and then discover the factor that uh, such as batting average, captaincy score, strike rate, wickets. So that are most crucial for accurately predicting a team performance. So the model chosen input are used to determine whether the particular team or will win or lose. So which is the output we are interested in, right? So in fact some model combine the hard statistics with the subjective information such as leadership, team spirit, provided by experts like coaches and former players. So that is what we do in modeling part. Next is evaluation and deployment. So this is the last step in our crispdm framework. So in the evaluation part, what we do is evaluating the necessary, um, so basically ensuring that our model is robust and effective, because if it is not robust or effective, obviously it will gonna cost us so much loss. Okay, so that's the reason our model should be robust and effective. What comes in the deployment? So the framework is the final step, where the model is converted into business strategy now. So the model is fed with business data, and the model output are continuously used to guide business decision. The final stage of model deployment does not mark is the end of crispdm framework. The fact that crispdm framework is an alternative, alternative not but iterative process, and should not be overlooked. So your understanding of data, for instance, can improve your comprehension of business, right? So similar to this, if the model does not perform well after being evaluated, you will need to start over with that particular data from the preparation phase and develop the model from the scratch again. So for example, your data understanding enhanced your business understanding. And similarly, after model evaluation, if the model does not perform great, you will have to go back to the data preparation stage and develop the model again. So that is a whole framework of crispdm framework. So basically if it doesn't satisfy your performance baseline, obviously what you will do, you will go again to preparation stage, and then you will do all the remaining step again and again, and then until unless you achieve what you expected, you will keep iterating it. So that's all we have in crispdm frameworks. Thank you, we'll see you in next tutorial. Bye bye.